Paulie Winter Show live, local, topical, and relevant. Let's have a little fun. So, I was saving this for the end of the show, but I can't hold it back any longer, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, the basketball game, if you could call it such, was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Now, I'll tell you, it wasn't embarrassing because the Hawks are a young team, right? So that the score, the game itself wasn't embarrassing, right? Because they're a young team and they're an up-and-coming team, and I hope that the front office doesn't blow it up because they've got a good young core, right? They just got shell-shocked. What was embarrassing? I moved to this city. I never knew the year because I was brought down here. I know it's strange, but I was sent down here to with my job, right? So I think it was January of 98, 99 or something. I came down here, and I didn't move here. Like, I didn't pick up and pack my bags to move here. I transferred down here by my job. I ended up not liking the job that much and loving the city, and I stayed, right? So that's why I never really remember what year it was. I know it was 98, 99, around that time, right? But what was embarrassing is that the stands, that was a Knicks home game at State Farm Arena. That was embarrassing. And any home team will tell you that. When the Falcons play the Giants or the Steelers or Green Bay, you walk through Mercedes-Benz, and there are tons and tons of opposing team fans. Now, it's not odd in sports to see a section with fans from the other team. But Knicks fans took over State Farm Arena last night. And I'm not embarrassed for the team because that team probably felt it early on in that game when the Knicks were just piling on the points and they went on a 63-11 run. That place was rocking. And I'm embarrassed for my adopted city. That should never happen. And I understand this is a transplant city. I'm one of them. I'm the carpetbagger. But you can't allow that in your home stadium. Knicks fans at the end of that game took over the runways and were chanting in your home stadium. That's why these young men got shell-shocked. They felt like they were on the road in their home stadium. That's basketball. I played it. I didn't play it at pro level, of course not. But basketball, like most sports, basketball and football, but especially basketball, you feed off of emotion in basketball. You feed off of the fans. And in a game six, you're down 3-2, you're at home. You could tie it up at home and go to a game 7 at Madison Square Garden where anything could happen. And you walk out of that locker room for the warm-ups. And the Knicks walk out of their locker room for warm-ups, and the cheers are louder for the Knicks than you. That's already a blow, and they haven't even jumped the ball off yet. They haven't even jumped ball yet. And I know those young players felt that. They felt that. Look, I love this city. I'm never going to make fun of it. I'll make fun of the sports teams, but I'll never make fun of the city itself because I love it here. I've been here a long time. I built a radio career here. I wouldn't be able to do this anywhere else in the country but here. So I love this city, and I love the people. I love the transplants. I love the people that are born and raised here. I love the people that are born and raised in Georgia. But I got to tell you, sports fans in this city, you've got to get better. It's not enough to just say you're a Hawks fan. In a game 6, you should be selling out State Farm Arena. It was game 6. It wasn't game 2. It wasn't game 4. They were about to be swept, and you're like, oh, they're about to be swept. I don't need to go. It was game 6. You're down 3-2. You come out for your team. There's no other city in the world or in a country that I could see that happening but here. And it saddens me. I'm not a Knicks fan. All right, I'm a Celtic fan. My team's going to a game 7. And I'm monumentally, royally pissed about that. But we lost a Game 6 in Philly, and Philly was packed with Philly fans. I can count, there's a Celtic fan in the middle of a C, in the middle of a section, barely with a hat on because he's too afraid. He's too afraid to chant too loudly. You've got to have a home team advantage when you're home as a sports team. And the Falcons and the Hawks, it really saddened me for that team to see that when I watched it, I was watching it on television. I had it on here on my computer, but when I left the station at 9, and I got to where I was going, it was the 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And whenever they cut to the fans, it was nothing but Knick fans. Atlanta, born and raised, you guys, Swats and Buckhead and all of these people that I know that are from Atlanta, you've got to do better. And I'm not making fun of the city. I love the city. I'm just here to tell you, your team lost badly last night, and I can't say that it was all the players' fault. Some of the blame has to be laid at the feet of those fans who are Hawks fans, who are born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, Grady Hospital, Grady Baby, all this stuff. Atlanta influences everything. All of you needed to be in that stadium yesterday. It was Game 6. It's not enough to wear a hat. It's not enough to wear the T-shirt. It's not even enough to buy a Dominique Wilkins throwback jersey. You got to be in the stands because the team feeds off of you. And by you not being in the stands last night, you had your team, the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, suffered the third worst playoff loss in NBA history. And what will be remembered is not the fact that it was the third worst loss. What will be remembered is that the Knicks went on a 63-11 run, and there was nobody there to boo or to cheer for the Hawks to play defense. And when they tried to chant defense, they were drowned out by Knicks fans. That should never happen. Not on your home court. Transient city, transplant city or not, that should never, ever happen. Knicks fans should have had to buy tickets at triple the amount from Hawk fans. And Hawk fans should have said, no, I'm not selling these tickets to you. I'm going to Game 6. Because my guys have a chance to go back to New York for a pivotal do-or-die Game 7. That's how you got to see it. It was really a sad thing. I'm not sad for the players in their performance because they just got shellacked by a good team, arguably a much better team, and that's fair. But they shouldn't have suffered that loss at home in front of Knicks fans because Knicks fans, they're like every other fan base in the country. When you're down, we're going to pile on. That's just sports. Shelley Winter Show, 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. When we come back, I want to tell you about the economy, something I was afraid of. It's happening. We'll be right back.